Hey there, I'm the Mad Catster, and am I glad to see you here. Well, I found the Ace family's new house, and I was able to dig up a bunch of photos of the inside and outside, what it looks like before they moved in, and I've got more to show you than what they showed you on that little tour of theirs a few months ago, and you're going to be surprised at the differences. So let's get into it. So who the hell pays $50,000 a month to rent a house? I mean, it's a nice house, but still, that's like $600,000 a year. Well, who does? The Ace family does, and basically they're pissing away $50,000 a month. Now this house, it's different than the house that they lived in before. They're no longer high up on the mountaintop looking down on all the little people. They're smack down in a neighborhood in Tarzana, not far from where they used to live, and they've got neighbors on all sides of them, and they've got much less privacy. But the surprising thing that I found was inside, it apparently was not furnished when they moved into it. Now, a lot of us thought when they moved in and the foreclosure happened that they must have rented a furnished house because of how quickly it was all done. Well, according to the photos that I dug up, it looks like it wasn't furnished. I'm going to show you a lot more than what they showed you on their tour, and you're going to be surprised at the differences, so let's get on the tour. Now, I also have to say, kudos to the builder. Okay, this is a really nice house. Granted, it's not a mega mansion like the last one, but it's still a very big house. It's very nice. It looks like it's finished to a high quality. So kudos to the builder, who I am assuming actually did have a building permit and was actually a licensed builder, unlike the shit show house they lived in before. But they did find a good house. Granted, they've got a lot less privacy, but I'll show you now what it looks like inside. So some of you will remember the sort of house tour that Austin and Catherine gave a few months ago. They basically show just like a little bit here and a little bit there of the house, and they kept saying, oh, we don't want to show you upstairs and blah, 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 blah. And I think part of that is because you're going to be surprised at how much less privacy they have. Oh, by the way, Sybil is here, and she's helping me out again, and Cedric's being a bad boy. He's running around and he's making noise. You'll probably hear him in the background. But anyways, so we really didn't get to see much, and it almost seems like they were doing that on purpose. And again, I'm going to show you because it looks like they have a lot less privacy than they had. So anyway, so here we go. I'm going to show you these photos now. Okay, so first you're going to see the outside, okay? It looks kind of small on the outside, but in actuality, it's really not that small. It's a pretty big house. It just sort of, I think it just like goes to the back. But you'll see here, and you can see clearly, like, their fence in the front is really short. They are right on the street, and you can even see there's houses off to the side, and you're going to see in a few minutes there are houses across the street that look at them, and there's houses on the other side that look at them. So they're kind of living in much more of a fishbowl. So the other thing that's really weird about this house is, remember with the last house, we were able to look up and see that they owed back taxes and other issues that were going on with it. This house, basically, if I didn't know the address, it doesn't exist. I looked in the assessor's database where the property taxes are listed. Can't find this address in the Los Angeles County assessor's database. Can't find it on like Zillow, because their old house, you were able to look it up. You could see on Zillow and find out all about it. It's not on Zillow. It's basically like it doesn't exist. So I don't know who they paid off or what they did to kind of conceal where this is. They didn't conceal it from me. It's basically a hidden house, and it's just really strange. So I don't know if it'll eventually pop up in the assessor's database, but as of now, this house doesn't exist, except that we know it does. So you'll see here now the outside. It's very modern. I think it's a fairly new house. It's got some garage space. It's got a lot of like open air balconies and things and terraces, which is kind of nice. And now you see here on the inside, looking from the front door into the house all the way to the back, you can see that it's completely empty. So when these photos were taken, the house was completely empty. So they must have either brought furniture or bought furniture. You can see, you know, it's got nice wood floors and some more of the inside. You can see the staircase going up. It's very, very contemporary. It's very clean, very kind of simple, minimalist looking. It's not really a family home. And it's got really hideous light fixtures. In my opinion, that's just me. You can see there's like some kind of a stone wall. It almost looks like it's like a waterfall. It's not on now, but I can tell just from looking at it, it's one of those, you know, water features. It's pretty big. It runs like on one side to give them more privacy. And then of course, they've got an elevator because, you know, what house isn't complete without an elevator? You know, going from, you know, I live in a 2-floor house, so I can't tell you what a chore it is for me to go up a flight of stairs to upstairs. I wish I had an elevator in my house so I could spend a couple minutes waiting for it to come down, get into it, slowly lift me up. Much more efficient than taking the stairs. God only knows, unless they were anticipating elderly people living in the house, I don't know why in this particular house you need an elevator. It's just, to me, it's like one of those bragging things like, oh, we have an elevator in our house. Well, whoop-de-doo, your house is only 2 floors. You don't need an elevator, but I digress. Now you can see here, it's really open plan. You can see to the backyard. There's like a wet bar. You'll see better in a minute. Then there's a living room area with like a built-in TV. Yes, Sybil, I know. And then you can see here, you see the living area, and then you see out to the pool in the guest house. And off to the left is the kitchen area, which they showed in their tour. And here's the wet bar again. I don't know. It's kind of weird because they've got the kitchen's right there, and then you've got the living area right next to it. And then right to this side of the sofas and things, you've got a wet bar. Why do you need a full kitchen right in your entertaining area and a wet bar? I don't know. It just, some of the features of this house seem a little weird to me. But anyway, so here's the kitchen. Very nice kitchen. They've got 4 ovens. 4 ovens. So that's like almost 1 oven per McBroom. Why do they need 4 ovens? Unless, clearly this house is designed for entertaining, but still 4 ovens? I don't know. Anyways, that's what happens when you've got money to spend when you build a house. And then they've got, what I really envy is this island, is this huge work surface, and they've got, you'll notice there's a prep sink in the island, and there's a sink by the window off to the side looking out over the pool. So that's a nice feature, that you've got, your sink for like your dishes and your pots and pans and things, and then you've got this nice little prep sink so that when you're doing everything on this work surface, you can rinse vegetables and things, which is great. They've got a nice fridge. It looks like a pretty big fridge next to the stoves, and it's got like a hidden panel, so you can't tell it's the fridge. It looks just like a cabinet door. Squirt, come here, Squirt, come here. My cats are acting really weird tonight. Is it the full moon? Because they're all like really on edge and rambunctious, and they're all like making noise, and it's like, it's really bedtime for them. Normally now, my cats are all sound asleep, and they're all like going crazy. But anyway, so I apologize if you hear them in the background. They're waiting for me to go to bed, I think, and they're just being really kind of hyperactive today. They didn't take their medication. But you'll see here, they've got a nice cooktop. The cooktop, it's good size. I'm surprised, they've got 4 ovens, but the cooktop isn't bigger, or they don't have a double cooktop. But they've got one of those pot fillers above the stove, which I love. I live in a Victorian house, so, those weren't features that they put in. But anyways, it looks like they've got decent storage space. The sink's kind of small, by the way. But they do also have a full pantry, which you see here, which Austin was in the tour. I don't know if some of you saw it. There was like Chick-fil-A in there that they were hiding. And so anyways, but they've got a really big pantry, which I really envy. My house actually had a butler's pantry like this when it was built, but practicality, and as the years and decades and centuries have worn on, they turned it into a full bath. So there's 2 full baths now in the house. Granted, that certainly adds a lot more value than a pantry does, but I cook a lot, and even though I've got a lot of counter space, and I've got a really big work surface too on my island, but it seems like I never have enough storage space. So I would love to have a pantry where I could like literally put all of my food and spices and have everything spread out where I could find it. But anyway, so that's a really nice feature. Now you see that it goes out to the pool, and if you remember, you'll see Catherine was sitting here by the fireplace with that TV up on the wall, which is kind of cool, and the pool is there. Another thing I really don't like about this house is that the tiles are nice under like the pergola or the overhang here, but when you get out by the pool, it's just gray cement. It's just so bleh. It's like really hideous, I think. But it's nice because there's a ton of entertaining space, but it's just aesthetically, it's kind of like And you can see here, there's a house in the background. So these people now have neighbors all around them. They must drive them crazy after living up on Mount Olympus there. But anyway, and here's the pool. This is the other thing that really I'm jealous of. They have this mega outdoor kitchen. They've got a grill, they've got a cooktop, they've got, it looks like a warmer, they've got a fridge, a sink. I mean, it's like a whole freaking kitchen. And that's awesome, because if you're having a big party and that space outside there is great for a big party, this is so cool to have this there. And then they've got this really cute little guest house. The pool too, I'm really surprised. This pool is small. There will not be any jet skis in this pool, I guarantee you. If there are, the pool's a toast, but it's a small pool. There's like kind of a small square area to swim. Then there's like a hot tub off this side, and then there looks like there's steps and kind of like a little splash area maybe for kids. But it's, if you're having a big party in all this space, I hope people aren't going in the pool because there's not really any room. And then here you go again, another angle of the pool, but this cute guest house. And now you can see here the back of the house, and it looks like on the floor above where that overhang is outside of the back of the house, that must be like the master suite, because there's like this really nice big long terrace. And that I like. That's really cool. You can go sit out there, have your coffee. And again, here's a nice, the pool looks really nice. It's just, I don't think it's very big. And here's the guest house. Now, the guest house is awesome. It's got like a really nice full bath in it. It's got beautiful tile floor. It's a little plain, but that's nice. And then here they have, it looks like it's a volleyball pitch, which is really cool. And then there's another terrace above. And I think that's where, if I remember correctly, it looked like Austin McBroom had boxing ring set up there. So they've got like the main level, and then you go up and there's the volleyball pitch, which I probably would turn into a tennis court. And then you go up and there's another area, and that's where he's got the boxing ring. And you can see in this picture, the waterfalls around for the pool. So it's a nice pool, but compared to the amount of space and entertaining outlet that they have with this house, it just seems like a small pool. But that's just, that's my opinion. And then here's some more indoor. It looks like this is a bedroom. This is, it's a cute little bedroom. Very, again, minimalistic. There's a nice window that runs along the top, so it looks like it gets decent light. And there's a little bathroom, little plain with a floating vanity and a shower with a seat in it. So, that's probably like, I don't know if that's an ensuite. It looks like it might be an ensuite. So that's nice. So if you have, either one of the kids could be in there with an ensuite, or if you have guests over, if they're not in the guest house, which it looked like, if you saw the tour, they had all kinds of shit in there. There was like games and gym equipment. So I don't think they're going to use it as guest house. So this is nice. So you've got a guest room with an ensuite. It's got a nice TV. And then you've got like a dressing area here, must be for the master bedroom, with a floating makeup table. Then you've got, looks like there's an office off of it with barn door, sliding door, and yeah, it looks like an office. So that's nice to have that right off the bedroom. And there's that hideous light fixture again. And there you can see a nice walkout terrace, which is great. And you've got a really nice big landing space, although it does seem kind of like wasted space to me to have, I guess the kids can run around and slide on the floor. And then this is the master bedroom, I'm guessing, because there's a beautiful fireplace with a TV, and then it opens out onto that nice big terrace overlooking the pool. Here's another view of it. So it's a really big space, because you can see there's like a walk-in closet off of it, and then you can see into the master bath. And the master bath is really nice. It's got, and they showed it, I think, in the video. It's got this beautiful, I don't know if it's real marble or marble tile, but anyway, it's a nice look. It's got a nice window that's set high enough so nobody can see you, but it lets a lot of light in. And then there's this beautiful tub that's in there as well. So it's sort of like a wet area. There's like the tub and the shower, and there's like doors, so you keep all the water in one space. So it's nice. It's nice. And here's their walk-in closet that I would kill for. It's got so much space, and it's really, really nicely done. And here's the master bath again. They've got double vanity, which is, I think, a must. And again, you can see the tile work. Here's a nice view of the terrace. It's got a roof over it, but it's got these openings so that, you get a lot of light. Looks out over the pool. It looks like a really nice big area where the parents can go and have some peace and quiet and have their coffee or whatever. And then here's looking down. And again, see, now, not only is there, you can see like a garage from the house next door, and there's like no fencing. It's like just some bushes there separating them, and you can see off to the neighbor's space next door. And then in the back you can see a fence, but it looks like there's more houses back there. So again, this is definitely a step down from these people. This looks like one of the kids' rooms. All the rooms have TVs, which are all like hardwired, and all the wires are in the wall, which is really nice. And nice sized closet. The kids have a terrace off their room. This is kind of weird too. This tub looks like it's really high up, and it looks like a really deep tub. So I'd be a little nervous having kids take a bath in there, not only because they could fall and hurt themselves, but because the tub is really deep. And it just, I don't know, it just kind of weirds me out that that's a kid bathroom. You can see another angle. There's the big TV, but you can see the door that opens. It looked like that's that bathroom that I was just showing you, and a door out to the terrace, which also, I don't know if I'd want the kids having a door out to the terrace on the second floor. If the parents are sound asleep, I'd be kind of nervous having kids get out there on the second floor if the parents are not supervising them. And then here's another bathroom. I think they're all en suites, to be honest with you. I don't think any of these is like family bathroom. I think every bedroom has a bathroom, which is awesome. And this one's a little better. It's got a standing shower, and it's got, again, but it's only got one sink. So I think that's kind of weird. And then tons of storage space in this bedroom. And then here is another bathroom with a walk-in shower, another nice bathroom. And then here's the laundry room, which I think is on the second floor, which is perfect because when you do laundry, I could never understand why the laundry is either in the basement or on the first floor when all the stuff that you're washing is going upstairs. So here they've got a really nice big laundry room with lots of cabinet space, side by side, front loading washer dryer, and a sink, which is very important. And it's got a lot of natural light. So it's a great area. And then here is the movie theater, which they showed in the tour, and which I'm also jealous of because it's not very big, but it's a really nice little theater. And if you're going to have one in your house, this looks like the perfect size. So, the kids are really lucky to have that. So anyway, so that's the tour of the house. I'm not going to tell you where the house is. I do know the exact address, but I looked it up like on Google Maps and Street View. To be honest with you, it looks like it's a neighborhood in transition. Now, mind you, this is not like a bad area or anything, but there's a lot of small kind of houses on this street that they're on, but it looks like they're tearing them down one by one and building new houses that are a lot bigger. So like I said, it's probably a neighborhood in transition, but again, it's nothing like where they were before. So I don't know. They seem to like it, but I'm sure they wouldn't tell you if they didn't like it. And it's only a lease. And like they had said they're going to be leaving YouTube, which, right. But it sounds like they're not going to stay in this house past the 1 year lease. So at the end of this year, it sounds like they're going to move out. So, for the time being, it's a nice house. It certainly seems to be in better shape than the other one, if we're to believe them. There's some nice gas fireplaces. I'm assuming they have gas in this house and that they've got heat in this house and that their stove works. So, that's all positive for them. But that's it. That's the tour. So that's what their house looks like from top to bottom and on the outside. It's a nice house. I wouldn't mind living there. But again, it's, not anything like where they were living, and certainly nowhere near as big as that behemoth of a monstrosity they were living in, which I could never understand why anyone would want a house that huge anyway, especially for a family. But anyway, so that's the Ace family's new house. I hope you enjoyed the tour. No gossip in this one, but certainly I think it's revealing to have a good look at what the house looks like, especially when it's got nothing in it. It's a nice place. I envy it. But thank you for joining me. Please subscribe. Sybil says, thank you. Please subscribe. And that's it for today. And I'll see you in the next one.
Pretty please. Subscribe, like, and hit the bell. I get a treat for every new sub. Thank you.